Welcome to my channel. Have you ever wondered how the digestive system works? How many parts it has? And what is the function of each part? What is the hidden mechanism behind the digestion of food? Watch this video to get answers to such questions. This video is going to be very interesting and helpful for you. So, it is more important for you to subscribe this channel to get new videos on time. So, press the bell icon below this video. Also comment and like. And share this video with your fellows. After watching this video, you will able to understand the anatomy and function of digestive system. Digestive system, also known as gastrointestinal tract, consists of a continuous muscular digestive tube starting from mouth to anus. This system is used to digest food. It breaks down the food into smaller fragments. Then absorption takes place. During absorption, digested material is moved through mucosa into the blood, and lastly the unabsorbed material is secreted in the form of wastes as feces. This system comprises of mouth, pharynx and esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Accessory organs of digestive system include teeth, tongue, gallbladder, salivary glands, liver and pancreas. All these organs support the process of digestion of food in different ways. The process taking place in digestive system consists of following steps: ingestion, propulsion, mechanical digestion, chemical digestion, absorption and defecation. Ingestion is the engulfing or obtaining food, while propulsion is the process that moves food along the gastrointestinal tract by peristalsis, which is a wave-like muscular contraction. Next to this step is mechanical digestion that occurs through chewing and mixing of food with saliva. Then further mixing takes place in stomach. In intestine, segmentation is formed due to local constriction in intestine to mix food with digestive juices. Then process of chemical digestion starts. It breaks down the food to smaller molecular fragments like monomers through hydrolysis. It is very important to know the chemical digestion starts in the mouth with saliva and continues into the small intestine. After chemical and mechanical digestion, food converted to simpler form like monomers and nutrients released from it are uptaken by the blood, which known as absorption. Absorption is the movement of nutrients across the mucosal membrane into blood, lymph. Next and the last step of digestion is defecation. Defecation eliminates unused or indigestible food and secreted substances from the body. Peritoneum is the serous membrane. It is of two types. First one is the visceral peritoneum that covers the external surfaces of most digestive organs, while other type is parietal peritoneum that lines the body wall. Between both these peritoneum, peritoneal space is present. This space contains fluid that separates the visceral and parietal peritoneum. When double layer of peritoneum fuse together that extends to the organs from the posterior body wall, then it is known as mesentery. It provides support for the organs and also provides support for vessels and nerves supplying the organs. Do you know that the organs that adhere to the posterior abdominal wall and lose their peritoneum by resorption are known as retroperitoneal organs? Parts of the large and small intestine and most of the pancreas and also kidneys are the examples of such organs. Do you know that about 25% of cardiac output moves towards digestive system? Arterial, abdominal aorta gives celiac trunk. Celiac trunk hepatic, splenic and gastric branches which serve the liver, spleen and stomach. Celiac trunk, superior and inferior mesenteric branches serve small and large intestine, respectively. Come to learn the various part of mouth playing important role in digestion. Mouth comprises of lips, palate and tongue. Mouth cavity is also known as buccal cavity. Salivary glands are known to produce saliva for softening of food, while teeth help in gritting and tearing of food. 4 types of teeth are present in human mouth, including incisors, canine, premolar and molar. Lips extend from inferior margin of the nose to the superior margin of the chin. Red area in lips is poorly keratinized and lacks sweat or sebaceous glands. Palate is of 2 types, like soft and hard palate. Hard palate is a rigid surface against which food is forced in chewing, while soft palate is muscular structure that rises and blocks off the nasopharynx during swallowing. Tongue, known as organ of speech. It is a muscular tentacle composed of interlaced muscle fibers that grips and repositions food, mixes food with saliva and compresses food to form a food bolus prior to swallowing. It contains taste sensing structures, taste buds. tongue contains 4 types of papillae. Filiform papillae have rough surface, fungiform papillae house taste buds, circumvallate papillae contain taste buds, and foliate papillae are posterolateral and also contain taste buds. Next part of digestive system are salivary glands. They play important role in digestion of food. These are of 2 types, with intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic glands are scattered throughout the mucosal lining of buccal cavity, while extrinsic glands supply most of the saliva outside buccal cavity and supply secretions via some ducts like parotid, submandibular, sublingual ducts. Types of teeth. 1. The basis of morphology. Teeth are of 4 types: incisors, canine, premolar and molar as shown in the picture. Teeth may be temporary or permanent. Dental formula for both is given below. Structures of teeth comprises of crown and roots as shown in the picture. Crown is the exposed part of teeth above gingiva known as gum, while root is unexposed part of teeth. It helps to anchor teeth by periodontal ligament to the bone by a fibrous joint known as gomphosis. Next part of digestive system we are going to discuss is pharynx. It consists of 2 parts, with oropharynx and laryngopharynx. Muscular wall of these regions propels food to the esophagus. Next to pharynx is esophagus. It is muscular part, 25 cm long tube continues from laryngopharynx to stomach. It passes through the diaphragm at the esophageal hiatus. Gastroesophageal sphincter is a physiologic sphincter that helps keep esophagus closed when empty. Next to oesophagus is stomach. It has 2 main regions. One is cardiac region of stomach, which is narrow, receives food bolus. Other is fundus that bulge and extends superiorlaterally to the cardia, reaches the diaphragm. Body of stomach is its mid-portion that leads to pyloric antrum, which is a funnel-shaped portion narrows to form the pyloric canal, pylorus, pyloric sphincter, small intestine, rugae, longitudinal mucosal folds, volume about 4 liters. This picture shows the histology of stomach. 3 main layers are shown here, with tunica muscularis, tunica submucosa and tunica mucosa. Parietal cells and gastric glands are featuring in tunica mucosa. Gastric glands responsible for secretion of gastric juices which help in food digestion. Tunica mucosa contains simple columnar epithelial cells. Next to stomach is small intestine. It is 2.75 to 10.49 meters, 9 feet to 34.4 feet long. It starts from pyloric sphincter to the ileocecal valve. It has 3 subdivisions, namely duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Duodenum curves around the pancreatic head. It is almost 25 centimeters long. It contains the hepatopancreatic ampulla, formed by the merger of the bile duct and the pancreatic duct. Hepatopancreatic sphincter controls admission of bile and pancreatic enzymes to the duodenum. Duodenum is retroperitoneal. Duodenal regulation of gastric emptying takes place through feedback mechanisms. This mechanism monitors the contents being delivered from the stomach, such as high fat content, low pH means high acidity, hypertonicity means high osmolality, and all these factors result in decreased stomach emptying. This picture shows enterogastric reflex and hormonal control of gastric emptying, how the duodenum slows down stomach emptying when it receives too much food. It is clear that presence of fatty, hypertonic, acidic chyme in duodenum activate chemoreceptors and stretch receptors. The duodenal enteroendocrine cells detect the chyme and release hormones called enterogastrones, secretin, cholecystokinin and gastric inhibitory peptide. These hormones travel through the blood to the stomach and decrease stomach contractions as well as slow down the gastric emptying. When fatty, acidic, or hypertonic chyme, partially digested food, enters the duodenum, it acts as a signal that the intestine needs more time for digestion. Chyme characteristics that trigger the response are high fat content, high acidity and high osmolarity. At the same time, chemoreceptors and stretch receptors in the duodenum are stimulated. They activate some short reflexes through the enteric nervous system. Local intestinal reflexes inhibit stomach activity, and some long reflexes like signals travel to the central nervous system and increase sympathetic nervous system activity as well as decrease parasympathetic, vagal, activity. All this results in reduced stomach motility and reduced gastric emptying rate. Both hormonal and neural pathways cause decrease in contractile force of the stomach and decrease in the rate of stomach emptying. As a result of low gastric emptying, less chyme enters the duodenum, duodenal stimulation decreases, hormone release and reflex activity decrease, and this acts as a negative feedback mechanism that prevents the small intestine from being overloaded. Jejunum. In this picture it is clear that jejunum extends from duodenum to ileum and is approximately 2.5 m long. Next to jejunum is ileum that extends from jejunum to ileocecal valve, 3.6 m long. Function of both jejunum and ileum is absorption of nutrients. Suspended from mesentery whose veins and lymph vessels carry nutrients away from small intestine. Liver is the accessory organ that facilitates digestion. Liver produces bile, fat emulsifier, that is stored in and concentrated by the gallbladder. Intestinal crypts with cells that secrete intestinal juice. It contain pinnate cells that secrete protective lysozyme, antibacterial, Peyer's patches. Lymphoid follicle in submucosa Brunner's glands. Duodenum, secrete bicarbonates, rich mucus to increase the pH of chyme. Villus epithelium is replaced every 3 to 6 days. Intestinal juice, isotonic with blood plasma, slightly alkaline, low enzyme content. Liver is the largest gland. It has 4 lobes viz. Right, left, quadrate, caudate. Mesentery supports liver from diaphragm and anterior body wall separates right and left lobes. Round ligament fibrous remnant of umbilical vein are also present. Blood supply occurs through hepatic artery and hepatic portal vein. Bile. It drains from biliary ducts to common hepatic duct which fuses with cystic duct from gallbladder to form the bile duct. Composition of bile. Alkaline solution, bile salts, bile pigments, cholesterol, fats and phospholipids. Bile salts and phospholipids participate in fat digestion and absorption. Bile salts are conserved by enterohepatic circulation. Reabsorbed in the ileum, return to liver in hepatic portal blood, resecreted by the liver. Bile pigments or bilirubin break down to urobilin then stercobilin. Urobilin or urochrome, the chemical primarily responsible for the yellow color of urine. Stercobilin, it is the chemical responsible for the brown color of human faces. Gallbladder, a muscular pouch that stores bile and expels bile when needed via the cystic duct and a bile duct. Head of pancreas encircled by duodenum, tail abuts the spleen. Mostly retroperitoneal. Let's see how digestive process occur in small intestine. Segmentation. Moves intestinal contents back and forth to mix. Duodenal rhythm for segmentation is greater than the rhythm in the ileum. Contents move toward the ileum. After most digestion has occurred, peristalsis begins sweeping from duodenum distally. It occurs in series with each peristaltic wave originating more distally, migrating mobility complex. Ileocecal valve, sphincter, is relaxed by neural, gastrolial reflex, impulses from the stomach and hormonal, gastrin, secretion by the stomach. Ileocecal valve to anus, 1.5 m. Tinea coli, 3 ribbons of longitudinal smooth muscle. Haustra, pocket-like segments of large intestine. Epiploic appendages, fat-filled pouches of visceral peritoneum. Caecum, blind pouch, below ileocecal valve. Appendix, attached to caecum, lymphoid. Colon, ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid. Transverse colon and sigmoid colon are intraperitoneal, anchored by mesentery. The rest of the colon is retroperitoneal. Rectum, anal canal. This picture explains the anatomy of anal canal. Thanks for watching. Like and share this video. Subscribe this channel to get more informative videos and to become part of a growing scientific community.